we will be doing a really cool glitch that I did on Retrothon a couple years ago. So we will be seeing that very shortly. But in the meantime, we won't take any more time. So I'm going to go ahead and get the game started here. And we will have Takate do most of the commentary while I focus on the run. Without further ado, let's go ahead and yo.
Alrighty, so as mentioned, Supersonic is going to be doing something called the Small Fire Mario Glitch. And what that's going to require is he's going to need to grab a mushroom, but he's not going to grab the mushroom in 1-1 or in 1-2, and that's because it'll make a certain section of 1-2 very tricky, as we see him go for a flagpole glitch and almost get it. That's right, you saw me go for that in my run, and he's going for it here as well. What he's trying to do is set up a very specific subpixel, and then if he presses left for exactly 3 frames and then left and A on the perfect frame, he will clip into the base of the flagpole and grab the flagpole from inside. It'll skip the animation of the flagpole coming down, or of the flag sliding down the flagpole, and save 0.35 seconds, which is also called a frame rule. And this is the tricky tight section I was talking about in 1-2. That Koopa is right next to that little overhang of blocks there. And that's really hard to do as small Mario. You even see him going for a little bit safer strategy now. It's even harder to do as big only Mario. So because he's only grabbing a mushroom and not the fire flower yet, that's why he doesn't do mushroom only strategy, and he waits to grab the mushroom in 1-3. So no problems there. You know, it's always okay to take a little bit of damage to a very, very tricky section, but you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. So we're going into 1-3. He is going to grab a mushroom here. We also get to celebrate once again a very cool speed run and a Small Fire Mario glitch with some fireworks. So unlike SMB2J, where the ones digit of the coin count had to match the ones digit of the timer, here we're just trying to avoid a 3 in the ones digit, which will give you 3 fireworks, or a 6 in the ones digit, which will give you 6 fireworks. So unfortunately, Supersonic taking another hit there, but that's okay, because there's another mushroom we can grab in 1-4. And Supersonic, being the amazing Super Mario Brothers speedrunner that he is probably going to have not too difficult of a time grabbing this power up here. Yeah, he goes with a little bit safer grab, and he's just going to have to watch out for these fire bars here in this tunnel. They can give you a tricky pattern, but no issues there. He's going to crash into Bowser at the same time as he hits this axe. So he's going to go over Bowser, wait for him, and touch Bowser and the axe at the same time. What that does is it makes Mario take damage. So the game updated Mario's power-up state. It thinks it's Mario took damage in a small Mario, but it didn't update his hitbox or sprite state, because there's two separate things. And what that's going to do is, now that Big Mario is Biggie Smalls Mario, he's going to grab the mushroom and become Smally Biggs Mario, and then grab the fire flower, and now he has the benefit of firepower and the smaller hitbox of small Mario. So he is now Small Fire Mario. This is a glitch, and it was known about way back in the day. There was an old Nintendo Power that talked about the Small Fiery Mario glitch. They misspelled fire or fiery Mario. They called it Small Fiery Mario in the magazine there. So thought that was a pretty fun little fact. So Supersonic is now going into 2-2, and this is where we get to see the benefit of Small Fire Mario. There's some really tight sections in this swimming level, and by having the small Mario hitbox, it'll be much nicer to avoid the tighter sections. He can also kill enemies from underneath, because when he does shoot a fireball, as he does right there, showing off a little bit, he is able to turn small Mario into kind of like a weird glitched Big Mario sprite, even though the small hitbox remains. So only the bottom half of that weird glitched thing is active. So he can literally touch a fish with his head and not get hit, but also shoot it with fire, because for some reason the fireball spawns out of Mario's head in that case. So it's a cool little glitch. You can do these underneath shots, and a perfect 3:10 on the timer in 2-2 for Supersonic. 2-3 is another fun little level where we get to maybe potentially hit some cheap cheeps from underneath, and Yeah, we'll just have to see what Supersonic does. Yeah, see that undersnipe there? Another undersnipe. Supersonic's just showing off a little bit here. There are a couple really tricky patterns that these Cheap Cheeps can give you, but it's usually in the first half of the level, and he seems to have avoided any terrible patterns, so that's very good. And he is now at the end of 2-3, going into our second castle levels. The end of each world, the -4s, man, they will always give you a castle level, and this is the second one. You will see in this case, you should recognize what's going on here because we'll see it again later. It's just going to be a little bit trickier later. So 2-2, 2-3, and 2-4, we will see all of those level layouts later. And they'll all be a little bit trickier than the first time we saw him in Supersonic with a really fast kill. 262 on the timer. That is perfect for Supersonic there. Beautiful Bowser kill heading into 3-1. 3-1, usually a pretty comfy level. We go up on top of these coin blocks. The end of the level can be slightly tricky. You're going to see there are two Koopas, two bouncing Paracoopas on the stairs. And there's a couple ways you can handle them. I know Supersonic likes to shoot them both with fire. There's another option where you can shoot the first with fire and jump over the second. But Supersonic, swaggy as he is, killing both Koopas on the stairs there. Now we're going to head into 3-2, another special magical level. If y'all stuck around for that run before Supersonics by some idiot named Takate, there was a despawn that we did in 5-1, and we thanked our friend Goofy Chocobo. We're going to do another despawn here, and we have our good friend Goofy Chocobo once again to thank for it. So right here, in line with the music, he's going to shoot some fireballs, and that little shooting of the fireballs in line with the music is what Goofy Chocobo discovered will be perfect to kill 3 enemies to despawn one of the Goombas that's hanging out right in front of the staircase that likes to get in your way. Makes that despawn, just makes the staircase a little bit easier to handle. So thank you, Goofy, for that strategy as well. We're in 3-3, very straightforward platforming level. One cool little fact is if you get the coins and don't slow down, they kind of link up perfectly in sync with the music. So Supersonic gets through 3-3 no problem. Normally 3-4, if you're going for world record attempts or PB attempts or sub-19 attempts, which Supersonic has been very close to getting, I'll talk about that more in just a second, you'll know exactly what frame rule you're going to be on. And what that'll do is it'll allow us to get exactly what we need in terms of the enemy patterns and not have to slow down. Unfortunately, they're just missing a little bit on that jump, but no problem through the Potaboo section. Gets the axe in 3-4. And as you see, he took damage there. That's the weird thing about Small Fire Mario. He took damage and he became Big Mario. But of course, this is Big Vulnerable Mario, as we talk about. If he takes a hit in this power-up state, he will die. He will not turn to Small Mario. That's because the game thinks he's Small Mario right now. So we're going to do that thing again where we grab the mushroom and, get that mushroom and turn from Big Mario into Small Mario again because we remain in that glitched state. The only way we'll lose that glitched state is if we actually die. So we're not going to die here. What we're going to do is we're going to grab another power-up and turn back into Small Fire Mario. We're in good shape here. Once again, all powered up and ready to go. 4-1, made it through, no issue. Just slowing down there to avoid the 3 in the ones digit of the timer and avoiding those fireworks. It is better to just slow down and lose, 0.35 or maybe 0.7 seconds to avoid a 1.5 second time loss from 3 fireworks. So, go slow to go fast kind of thing. 4-2 is, of course, the most infamous level in Super Mario Bros. 1, but that's for the any percent category. For the warpless category, we're just going to run straight through. No wrong warping here. And there are 2 routes you can take. You can take the top route, which is where you run along the ceiling. You saw me do that in 1-2 of 2J, but Supersonic's going bottom route here. He doesn't need no safety. He's going to go swaggy on the bottom route here. And beautiful, perfect 4-2 from Supersonic with the swag strats. It's just as fast to go top as it is to go bottom, but, a super cool speedrunner like Supersonic is going to go here on the bottom and get all the swag points. They matter too. 4-3, another, man, we have so many special levels here. 4-3 is a very special level because if you do not slow down this whole level, and then you jump from a very specific 2-frame window on the last platform, magical things will happen. So we'll see if he gets it. He jumps and does. So that Mario was 1 pixel above the base of the flagpole there when he slid down the flagpole. That 1 pixel will save him 2 frames in walking to the castle because he'll slightly hop off of the flagpole instead of like slowly walking off. And those 2 frames saved are enough to save a frame rule, which is a 0.35 window where the game checks for level completion every 21 frames. So he just made it onto that next bus and was able to complete the level 0.35 seconds faster just by saving 2 frames. 4-4 is a maze level. You see him kind of go up and around and down. That's because he has to hit certain checkpoints of a vertical height as he hits a horizontal position. If he was Big Mario, he could have clipped through a wall there, but because he is Small Fire Mario, we don't get to see that clip, but we still get to see the cool glitch of Small Fire Mario and a really nice Bowser kill. World 5 is kind of crazy. 5-1 is kind of the calm before the storm. Pretty straightforward platforming level. Just gonna snipe a couple Piranha plants there and complete the level with a perfect 2:47 on the timer. 5-2, he's gonna have to watch out. There is a bullet bill launcher at the very beginning of the level. It could randomly shoot a bullet bill right in his face, so we'll see how he handles it. Oh yeah, he got a bad bullet bill there, so he did a nice job of recognizing it and avoiding it. Unfortunately, of course, that's going to cost him 0.7 seconds, 2 frame rules, but it's better than taking a death or a hit there. So he got a little bit of bad RNG there, but no problem for Supersonic. He is going to go into 5-3, which is a very scary level. There's going to be random bullet bills all over the place at various heights. And he's going to have to react to them to try to make sure he doesn't get hit by them. This is another level where it's nice to have that small hitbox of Small Fire Mario. So I'm going to let him concentrate here. He does need to stomp that Goomba. That Goomba stomp is very important. If he didn't stomp that Goomba, one of the platforms that he used to jump off would be despawned, and there'd be no way to complete the level. He'd have to take a death. So stomping on that Goomba was very important to make sure that platform didn't despawn. Really nice job there. He had that one little tricky bullet bill that he stomped on at the beginning, and very well done. You see him wait under the question block there? That is on purpose to make sure he gets good fire bars in this tunnel section. That strategy was found by our friend Roy LT. We call that the Royale Good Bar strategy, which allowed him to go through that tunnel section without slowing down. Unfortunately, taking a death there on the Potaboos, he was chancing a little bit of a different, I should say, chancing a little bit of a faster strategy with the Potaboos there. He is going to have to wait for the fire bars this time. So you saw him grab that power up, and it gave him random patterns there in the tunnel. But no problem for Supersonic. He's going to take a little bit safer strategy here this time. And it's okay that, that he took that death there. 6-1 has some power-ups that we can grab as well. But yeah, he was trying to challenge those Potaboos and go fast without taking any damage. Unfortunately, that second Potaboo there gave him a really low pattern, and he wasn't going to be able to get underneath it. He tried, to react to it, and unfortunately just bad things happened. Literally the exact same thing happened to me in a run that Supersonic and I had together at a marathon. So, happens to the best of us. So now we are in 6-1, and because he took that death, he's now back to the normal power-up state. So he is Big Fire Mario. So hey, we got to see the best of both worlds here. We got to see Small Fire Mario, Big Fire Mario. He's just showing all the things here. So, even good things can come from unfortunate situations. And we are going into 6-2, Piranha Plant City. They are everywhere. So he knows exactly what he's doing here. He's going to snipe a couple Piranha Plants there, go this top route, shoot a couple fireballs, get another one out of the way, and just keep progressing. At some point, he's going to do a little slowdown, and that is because if he doesn't slow down, he will get a 3 in the ones digit of the timer. So this little slowdown he does right there is to avoid that 3 in the ones digit of the timer, to avoid the fireworks. You get a 342. So perfect 6-2 from our friend Supersonic. 6-3, a little interesting level. There is 2 routes you can go, top route and bottom route. We'll see which route Supersonic decides to take. He is going top route. That's a little bit safer as far as, especially for marathon strats, because if you do go the bottom route and you don't make one jump, which is pretty precise, you'll either bunk your head on the underside of a platform and fall into a hole, or you'll jump late and fall into a hole. So he took the safer top route there. Both of them are the same speed. Did have to slow down a little bit there at the end of the level just to kind of gather his bearings for 6-4, another tricky level. Nice small jump under that first Podoboo, waits for the fire bar, and the fire bars will be good for the rest of the tunnel section. That is a nice marathon safe strategy we do in World 6. I should mention, we can get some lag here on Bowser. See how the game just kind of slows down with all those hammers and a platform and a Podoboo and Bowser and Big Mario and fireballs on the screen. There's so much stuff that this little 8-bit video game can't handle and has to kind of process with a little bit of lag to make sure it does everything correctly. So a little laggy there. We are in World 7. Real quick, I want to say, Supersonic, please give him a follow. That is Supersonic _ on Twitch. He is going for the fabled, famous, amazing sub 19 in SMB1 Warpless. Just a few days ago, he had a sub 19 pace all the way to the end of the game, basically 8-2 flagpole, where he was too fast. He was too good and got 3 fireworks because he got a 3 in the ones that did the timer, which is super rare. He was so good that he had something very rare happen and went too fast. But he's going to get that sub 19 very soon, so make sure to follow our good friend Supersonic. You will now see a repeat city. We're in 7-2. Remember, that is a repeat of 2-2, but there are more enemies, more bloopers, more cheeps. And at the very end of this level, there's the dreaded bad blooper. So, we fried a fish. We created some calamari here with a couple nice fireball shots. But we want to make sure that blooper at the very end of the level isn't guarding the pipe. If he is, we're either going to try to squeeze by it tightly or have to take a safe strategy. And Supersonic goes for it, gets past the bad blooper. Well done. Dude, that is a very tight window. Holy cow. GG there, Supersonic. Going into 7-3. Whew. That got me a little tight there, tensed up, and well done by our friend. 7-3 can be another tense level if you don't know the frame rule, because more cheeps, and we got these extra, turtley Koopa Troopas, Paracoopa guy things, and they're throwing some interesting patterns for Supersonic, but he handled them beautifully and perfectly through the level. Well done. Again, this is a repeat of 2-3. Going for that flagpole glitch. Oh, that was close. Oh, so close, Supersonic. He had the perfect setup. He clipped into the block, but unfortunately he pressed A like 1 frame too early. You would have known if you got it, or we also would have known if it was late if Mario had jumped, but Mario did not jump the base of the flagpole. So that means he pressed A 1 frame too early. But, 5 frame perfect input's still very tough to do, and he was 1 frame off of 1 input. 7-4, another maze level, and he knows exactly which path to take to make sure we don't loop the maze and have to do it all over again. And a nice fire kill on Bowser. The reason we kill Bowser with fire, I haven't even mentioned this yet, as we get to the last fire kill on Bowser, is because killing Bowser with fire skips the animation, which you saw in 1-4, of the bridge collapsing. Then Bowser falling down into the lava. Then us having to go walk our way over to Toad. If we just kill Bowser with fire and then touch the axe, we just progress straight over to Toad. So even though you have to slow down a little bit to kill Bowser with fire, in the end it saves a whole bunch of animation time. So again, one of those go slower to go faster things. And we are now into World 8. World 8 is very special because if you take a death anywhere in World 8, you'll go back to the beginning of that level. There are no more checkpoints. So there are no checkpoints in castle levels, and there are no checkpoints in all of World 8. So Supersonic, the main thing he wants to do is avoid taking a death. And 8-1 is very difficult in any percent, because you're small Mario only. You do all these pipe jumps, all these really tight jumps. But as Big Fire Mario, just kill all the piranha plants. That would have made it very, very difficult. 8-2 is the level where Supersonic is too good at. Goes a little too fast on sub 19 pace, but in this case, I don't think we have to worry about getting a 343 on the timer. Got this big gap here. Bonk that little pipe and get a nice safe pattern here, which is the Xerox F BBBB strategy. It's called the bonk, brush, boing, and bounce strategy. So you saw him bonk a pipe, brush bonk, boing off of a Koopa or bounce off a Koopa or something. All sorts of crazy bees, but there's 4 bees that we did to perfectly get a nice, safe, fast pattern. So our friend Xerox Fiend found that out. And 8-3, as Fire Mario is really nice because you can just fire away all these Hammer Brothers. As Small Mario, it's much more tricky. We did see actually Supersonic had to avoid a hammer there. As Small Mario, it's much more tricky because you have to avoid the Hammer Bros by jumping over them. And if they decide to jump up, you have to release A to squish them. As long as Mario's traveling down, he will defeat any enemy. So if you see the Hammer Bro jump up, let go of A for Mario, and you will win the collision. But he didn't have to worry about that because he had fire. We are into the final level. So Supersonic killing all the Goombas there. Very cool strategy in the first room. We're into the wall jump room. He's going to do a setup, so that'll give him a 2-frame window to jump off the pipe there. He didn't quite get the pixel, but instead he's going to go for a little backup wall jump swag strat here. There we go. Well done by Supersonic to get the backup swag strat. Now we're into the turnaround room. We're going to pretend like we're going to the next pipe, turn around and come back to this pipe, and trick the game into thinking we went into the next pipe, and actually took us into the water section. Normally that pipe doesn't take us into the water section, but because we tricked the game, it now warped us essentially into, even though this is warpless, it warped us into this water section. We're into the final room of the game. He is clear here. Through Bowser's hammers, and time with a 2037. Get your GGs out for our good friend Supersonic. Supersonic, congrats on a very nice run.
Thanks a lot, Takate, for commentating that. Yeah, I had a few unfortunate things happen during that run. Usually I would feel pretty relieved after that 1-2 death, but had that little bit of a slip up on 5-4 there when I was trying to do a kind of like a tiny jump, but my controller was eating inputs, so some things were just slightly problematic. But you know what? I'll take a 2037 for a marathon. And again, thank you again for Takate for commentating. Really appreciate you, my man. And yeah, stay tuned for more Retrothon stuff. And I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I will be back on Friday with Sonic 1 and Sonic 2. So this won't be the last you see of me, and I believe Takate is also running Chip and Dale later this week.
Yeah, on Friday.
There we go. So stay tuned for that, and thanks for having me, Retrothon.